Okay, right, hello everybody. How's it going? Andy here from Glass Half Dead, looking at a TV because that's the kind of life I'm living. So anyway, we obviously just had the Warhammer Day Previews of Kill Team. We just saw Scouts, Striking Scorpions and Terrain, and our greatest fears and or hopes confirmed or denied. Warhammer Day Preview. This is so janky. Anyway, you can go and watch that video if you want. It just shows off some cool shots, as we know. But there's a couple of things. Oh, it's called Kill Team Salvation. There's a lot to talk about, though. Right, first things first. In this box, we see 10 Scouts, followed by 10 Striking Scorpions. How are the models? Model review? Okay, cool. So, moving on from that. What's interesting are some things. Firstly, I think the Scout team looks like a pretty standard what you would expect, but they've actually said quite a lot about the Striking Scorpions. I think, what were they called? Blades of Cain? Let's go down. And then look at this bad boy right here. Look at that form factor. I'm saying form factor a lot in the last two in today's videos, I know. What we have here, chapesses, chapai, is the fear. This is a small, or hope, this is a smaller form factor of box. So, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video saying, oh, what if they do Warcry like this? I actually did not expect that, if I'm entirely honest. And they've elaborated a little bit further down, which we'll talk about when it comes to Terrain and how they're rolling that out. But, I'm going to be honest, I actually quite liked the way that they did kind of the first box of each season being like a new way to start the game. So you had your core book, you had those teams, but then you had dice, you had everything you needed, your tokens. Now, don't get me wrong, look, the Kill Team starter box is a good set. So I can't really deny, yeah, okay, that should be what you can buy. Anyway, okay, cool. So we have a smaller form factor. We also saw the same thing, we've seen it revealed before for Warcry. We're getting the same treatment here, but oh boy, that Terrain. And a new kill zone. Let's keep going. Oh, I've gone way too far. Yeah, because this sucks. Right, let me go slowly up. Hold on. Yep, okay. Striking Scorpions. Let's start with the Blades of Cain. I assume that's what they're called. I'm going by memory because I just finished watching the stream. So, this chap here is obviously our Exarch, and then everybody else, so this is the big thing. Which ones are the specialists, right? Because Kill Team is a game made out of specialists. There are none. So, weird, right? Okay, if I had to, right. This Striking Scorpion Kill Team is not just Striking Scorpions, it is also, they mentioned in the stream, Howling Banshees and Dire Avengers. Now you might go and look at the Dire Avenger kit or the Howling Banshee kit and say, where are the specialists, right? Well, you're going to ask exactly the same question when you look at the Striking Scorpions. You're going to say, where are the specialists? There are none. Now, to me, that brings to mind White Dwarf teams. Is this a bit of a White Dwarf team? No, not White Dwarf, Compendium, right? Both, screw them, both. So the reason, it's just weird. Basically, they said that you can run a whole team out of the box of 10, or you get 10 Striking Scorpions. I don't know if it says how many we actually run, but they are just this. They are just 10 generic Striking Scorpions plus Exarch. And to me, that's crazy. Let's read the text. Maybe the text tells us what's going on. I have not read the text. I'm only going by what they told us in the stream. Striking Scorpions, a consummate hunter, special. That sounds like fluff and narrative. We're moving on from that. To free their Farseer, apparently I need to go back and read what they said in the fluff. These patient warriors often lay motionless for days, observing their victims before descending upon them in a whirlwind of shuriken pistols, mandy blasters, and chainswords. Cool. So again, from what they've said, it seems like we don't have a comms, we don't have an Auspex, we don't have anything, we just have 10 dudes. Is that cool? In an odd way, okay, because I've been thinking about list building and the complete lack of it in Kill Team for quite a while now. The concept of just saying there are no specialists, you just get these different types of data sheets, so Striking Scorpions, Banshees, Dire Avengers, is almost a little bit more like old school list building. It's just, yeah, I haven't decided if I like it, just to clarify. I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we don't need points, I'm cool with no points, we've just got slots. Is it cool to just say, I want to take this many shooty dudes, which are the Dire Avengers, I want to take this many stealthy dudes, which are the Striking Scorpions, I want to take this many close combat dudes, the Howling Banshees. Or have we become accustomed to and now deserve specialists? I don't know. Or are we going to be able to like just nominate a guy and say, this is my comms, this is my Auspex? Are we going to do that via equipment? I don't know. We then go on to the Scouts, who again I've gone too far past. So Scouts, this seems to be a much more traditional team. It seems like, so I didn't hear them say much about the rules. We can assume APL2 10-man because that's Scouts, right? That's Scouts from Compendium. We seem to have one sniper, one bolt dude, one missile launcher. But how is the sprue going to be laid out? It's a new sprue. If we were looking at the old sprues, we'd be able to be getting 5 snipers, 1 heavy bolter, 1 missile launcher. But of course now we also have this guy here who's got like the grapnel launcher. Is that just modelled equipment? Because we do have that. If you go and look at, the Commando sprue or the Vet Guard sprue, in theory, the Vet Guard, they come with shovels, and that's a piece of equipment you can give them. They come with bayonets, that's a piece of equipment you can give them. You don't have to, by the rules of the game, but that's on the sprue. Is that little thing just for the lols? I don't know. Okay, on with the diverse array of weapons, including Astartes shotguns, bolt guns, pistols, sniper rifles, heavy bolters, and missile launchers. These customizable squads, okay, are more than capable of tackling the Azayani threat and the myriad other crash-landed kill teams now operating on Beta Decima. Beta Kill Team Salvation is a more tightly focused box than previous releases. It contains 2 kill teams consisting of 10 Striking Scorpions and 10 Space Marine Scouts, plus 6 pieces of Salvation rig apparatus terrain. It contains 2 kill teams consisting of 10 Striking Scorpions and 10 Space Marine Scouts. Does that mean they are both 10-man squads? We've been tricked on this one before. I remember when we had the Chaos Legionaries release, everyone was convinced Chaos Space Marines were going to be 10-man, but then it was like, no, there's just 10 in the box. I've got no clue. This is our terrain. I want to remind you, chapesses, chapai, that Warcry just got a Sarlacc. Let me rephrase that. Sorry for the GW lawyers. Warcry just got an IP legally distinct Sarlacc pit. What the fuck is this? What? We've got an oil canister. We've got an engine with a little loop. What the fuck is this? Okay, look, it doesn't matter. Whatever, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Whatever, I don't care. Fine. The box also contains a Kill Team Salvation book. Wow. Packed with background information on Beta Decima and the combatants in the box, as well as rules for both teams and for fighting skirmish battles on extraction rigs jutting out of a lethal ocean. Now, who was it? Cast your mind back, chaps. Who was it, chapesses, chapai, that said it was going to be a water world? Oh, me. Although, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was going to be way cooler terrain for like the Imperial Ruins. But whatever. There are also exclusive reference cards for data cards, TAC Ops, ability, ploy, and equipment cards, as well as token sheets? Oh my god. have the Mad Lads finally done it? A mere 2 years. And they realised that people like data cards? This is revolutionary stuff, chaps. We are beyond the pale. You can use these kill teams with your own collection of existing terrain, or grab the upcoming Killzone Beta Decima. This set contains 18 pieces. Oh, it's this thing here. Let me go down. I've gone too far down. Shit. Never mind. It was boring anyway, I'm sure. Ferrotonic furnace with a redesigned platform and ramparts, 8 modular gantries, 2 large, 2 small, and 4 medium, and 9 industrial-themed objective markers. Oh, yeah. Well, that's cool. Okay, all right. Plus a double-sided game board representing the toxic online comments of my YouTube channels. So, this terrain is, I'm going to throw it out. I know that some people like it. It's like the Sector Mechanicus terrain. I've never been a fan of it. If I'm honest, I had quite wanted them to do like a redo, essentially, of the Imperialis terrain, or just like generic Gothic ruins. I quite like that. They don't currently make a kit like that. That would have been gangster. But instead of being gangster, we've got gantries. I like that they've done objective markers. That's cool. And since they're molded plastic, I assume they will actually be... Oh, wait. I was going to say 40 mil, but that's 40k. We don't need... We have infinitely small points, don't we? Never mind. Never mind. I'll take it all back. It's trash. Let's keep going, because there's more. Now, let's take a look here, chaps. Stop me, please God. In the middle of this board, so this is our terrain. Then we have the kill zone, which almost looks a little bit like, Into the Dark style squares, kind of. But then in the middle, now, this could be a colorblind thing, but I don't know what this is. I think it's meant to be the ocean, right? So you've got like ocean in the middle. And I think we're playing the floor is lava, except the floor is ocean. Kind of like the real world, I guess. But so is it time for the Kroot Farstalkers, using their Vanguard ploy or whatever it is that allows them to auto-pass jump tests, to finally No is the answer. But maybe, like, how does this work? Because there seem to just be some random piles. Oh, look at that. That's not going to stand up. I'm sorry, but I've used terrain before. Though, if that's how those are meant to be set up, there is no way that is staying up, ever. Are we having jump terrain? Do we have to make jump tests? Do we get extended range on jump tests? Do we get like hover platforms so you can go from anywhere? So you just go boop. I don't know. And then how am I meant to get up to there? Oh, I don't know. If there's like a jump platform, then you can just be anything. You can do anything, can't you? Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I don't really care about the terrain. I'm obviously griping about it because I don't like the aesthetic. I don't know what it's doing yet when it comes to the rules of the stuff. And what we get in the box looks terrible. And actually, I'm really sad about that. If I can be honest with you for a moment, chaps, that's really lame. Because I love the idea that they've gone with Warcry, where you get a cool Sarlacc pit. But then you go out and you buy your full kill zone. And I like the jungle style terrain that they're doing in Warcry. It's not like amazing, but it's fine. And for something to build on each time, cool. This kill zone, not really my vibe, I can't lie. But I accept that some people will like it. But then, so even if I didn't like this kill zone, right? To me, there would still be a fun, collectible type vibe if each time there was a cool piece of terrain, right? If each time you got a new form factor box, I'd have gone out, I'd have bought the kill zone, and then every 3 months I get a cool thing. This is not a sort of legally distinct Sarlacc pit. That is cool, right? This is literally nothing. I wouldn't even have the audacity to put this together, okay? Because this is nothing, and that's really quite lame. You know, hey, look, maybe it's the first one just happens to suck for me and my personal tastes, right? And maybe the next box has a really cool thing, like a slightly larger cog. But for now, I think this is trash. This is trash tier. Trash. However, super cool to hear about the Scouts. I like the new models. Well, no, they look exactly as I expected. Have we all noticed this too? I didn't do a video about the latest 40k Space Marine thing, but like, they just look boring, right? Like, the Marines just look like Marines, and there was not a single model out of that release that stood out. They all just looked how they should. I feel like the Scouts are the same here, and I'm going to be honest, so do the Striking Scorpions. Not that I dislike them in any way, they just look exactly as I imagined them. Similar to how they update games graphics, you know, like when they do a refresh of a game, and you look at them and you're like, oh, isn't that how that game always looked? But then you go back and you look at how the old version looked. I feel like with the Scouts and the Striking Scorpions, well, the Striking Scorpions specifically, it just looks exactly as I thought they did look until I looked at the old models again and thought, oh, those look a bit shit, don't they? So, yeah. Rules, I'm interested in. Loving now the speculation, because we don't know what they are. They gave us that little hint about how we can take Dire Avengers, Banshees, Scorpions. That's a cool little teaser for me, right? Because obviously I just did a video where I say don't listen to leaks. This is speculation time. This is fun, right? But at some point we are going to get leaks. Just ignore them. There you go. Speculate wildly for now. Look at the models, because looking at the models is really cool. But once we know, it's not fun to know. It's fun to speculate, you know? Assuming that you looked at that and you immediately thought, I'm going to buy that, then you don't need to know the rules. Do yourself a treat. Don't know the rules, okay? And certainly if you're in my Discord, I am going to enforce that rule. Speculation, wild, crazy speculation at this point, great. Go for it, the more the better. But as soon as we start seeing an actual, this is the rule, I am going to say no talking about these two teams for 2 weeks. So there you go. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Andy. I'm a gangster. And, bye. I'm going to stop talking because, yep, it's getting weird. Have fun, everybody.